Hi everyone, it's Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on my video tonight. So tonight I want to do this really big sign. This is actually a shelf from Hobby Lobby. It comes in the unfinished wood section, and I like to get these obviously when they're 50% off. And it's around $10 for the sign. And it is a very large sign. I don't remember exactly how long it is. Let's see, I have my Cricut mat here. So it looks to be just about 24 inches long. So it's a really nice size. And like I said, I think when it goes 50% off, it's around $10. In one of my last videos, I told you guys that I used some Waverly Antique Wax mixed with water. I used that same mixture on this side of the wood, and we're gonna be applying a nice piece of vinyl to this tonight. On the other side, I did stain this before. This is Waverly Antique Wax wiped off with a baby wipe. This is kind of how I originally had it, and then the sides are in that same darker finish. But I've kind of been liking the lighter wood for fall, and I'm kind of transitioning my home more to a lighter wood look. So on this side, I had left it unfinished. And when I did my other signs, I did this side with the lighter one, and then it has the dark sides, and I'm really liking that look. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. I'm gonna go ahead and set this to the side for just a moment. And because this is such a large sign, I just wanted to show you guys, I did have to use my 12 by 24 inch mat. So I am not particularly a fan of having to use this mat. I said in another video that large designs are not particularly my thing. I struggle with them, and they can kind of overwhelm me very quickly. But I do have this large shelf that I use as a sign. Just finishing up weeding here, I have just a couple middles I need to go in and grab. I think that we are just about done. It honestly was not bad to weed. It did take a while just because it is a large design and it has a lot of elements to it, but the Cricut did a great job cutting it. So I will just bring in my transfer tape. I'm just gonna lay this right over my design, and I will have to cut a piece as long as my design. And while we're here, I'll go ahead and just trim off the bottom here because it is a little wider than we need. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a corner of my transfer tape here. And then I will just fold down a little bit of that transfer tape and then bending that carrier sheet back just to expose just a few lines there, just so we can get it over our design, but not have to worry about getting it all placed at once, right? So we're just going to, let me move this in a little. We're just gonna kind of line that up right on the edge there. And then grabbing my little carrier sheet that I folded back, I'm just going to pull this out, trying to get it as straight as I can, but just laying that down really nicely over our design. I will begin to burnish this just from the center out. And I will do front and then also the back. Okay, so now before I pull this up, I'm just gonna set it to the side. Bringing back in my blank, I just wanna make sure that the little brackets here for the wall are at the bottom because that is how I set it on my dining room table. And it's very sturdy, it doesn't wobble really, it's nice and substantial. So I think that this is a great buy when it's on sale, like most things at Hobby Lobby. So I'm also going to bring in a piece of parchment paper. I don't think it's quite long enough, but it will definitely help. So I'm going to keep it nearby. And then I'm just going to carefully start to pull up our carrier sheet. I want to leave our design on that transfer tape. Perfect. And then I'm going to just take this parchment paper and just kind of try to line this up a little bit. Okay, so that will definitely help. So bringing it back over, now I can just kind of bring this in and place it where I want. And as long as I keep like these two ends up, having the parchment paper at least in the middle is going to give me a little bit of grace. So really, I made this design so it falls over the edge a little bit because I like that look and I am going to trim that off. So really, I just want to focus on getting the same distance on the left and right. And also I want this to be straight. So really focusing on those two things. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and burnish this side here. This part is vinyl on wood, so I will burnish that down, and that's gonna make sure that this stays exactly where we want it. So I can pull this parchment paper out, and then I'm just going to slowly lay this down on my blank. Perfect. And then bringing in my scraper tool, I will just go through and scrape this down. And then starting from a corner, I'm just going to carefully begin to peel this up. Okay guys, so this is how it looks after I got it transferred down. The last little step that I want to take really quickly is just bringing in my Cricut True Control knife. I just wanted to, have some of the elements kind of falling off of the sign. So just bringing in my Dollar Tree cutting mat here, I just have a couple places on the top and bottom that I just want to go around and cut off. I just really like the look of that, and I think it's a really nice way to kind of make your piece look more elevated, and it definitely makes it look more kind of custom and store-bought in my opinion. So it's just something that I like to do. If it is not your style, by all means, you do not have to do it. But I like the look of it. And then just a couple little pieces on the other side here. And then this side is the bottom, so I don't have to be as particular because this side will be on the table, but okay guys, I cannot wait to turn this over and see how it came out. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, it came out so cute. I love it. It came out even better than I could have ever hoped for. So guys, I know that there wasn't much talking in this video. I have been a little under the weather, so I thought that this might be the perfect video since it had a lot of weeding to just kind of slow down and show you guys the process. I also wanted to just kind of make something that is very easy. I will provide the image ID, all of the measurements, and the sign that I use from Hobby Lobby. All of that will be in the description box, so you can literally gather all the materials that I showed you today and make this exact sign for your home. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.